Ahmed El-Sahzly, Cluster Lead Levant, Iraq, and Egypt Country Manager at Pfizer. I mean, for us, we've been here as Pfizer in Egypt for almost more than 6 years. And we're very proud being here in Egypt, part of the community, part of the ecosystem. And of course, we have been also witnessing the great, I would say, innovation, access to innovation, acceleration also to innovation, in the healthcare system under, the Egypt Vision 2030. So part, of course, the Egypt Vision 2030, we are also very proud to witness and to see Egypt playing a very pivotal role within the African, I would say, countries. And of course, part of that is the Africa ExCon, so we're very pleased to be part of that for the second year. The industry in general, of course, as I mentioned, we're seeing a significant, I would say, progress in the healthcare system here in Egypt, and that's, of course, thanks to, the governmental, I would say, entities that we have here. One important thing to note is that the acceleration of access to innovation and registration of products here in Egypt, now it's taking almost 5 to 10 months, and that is very good news for the Egyptian patients. On the top of that, of course, seeing now Egypt playing a very important role as a partner and as a hub also in collaboration with the African countries, and thanks, of course, to the Africa ExCon under the leadership, of course, of the UPA in organizing that under His Excellency President El-Sisi. So with all that, of course, it's very important to get the collaboration together across the African countries. Why? Definitely, first thing is to share best practices across the African countries. That's one. Two, also exchange of talents and capabilities. Third, of course, also share the best practices in terms of the healthcare evolution and how we ensure the access to innovation across different countries. So being part of that, will get us also access and exposure to different governmental entities here in Egypt, but not only Egypt, also all the other African countries. And not only the healthcare. We know also today that the healthcare and bringing access to innovation from healthcare in terms of product is not enough. We know also the infrastructure is also a very important part of that. And also we would like also to thank the Egyptian government, and this is in line with the Egypt Vision 2030, which is investment in terms of infrastructure. On the top of that, this is a great opportunity when it comes to exchanging of talents and capabilities across the, I would say, the region in terms of Africa. We are very proud here to see the Egyptian population and the young generation with very strong capabilities as well. So exchanging of talents as well within that platform is something very important, and that's why, of course, we are participating. And of course, as you know, things in terms of improvement happened by time. So we're expecting, of course, to have more collaboration and more exchange of knowledge in terms of the Africa ExCon. I mean, the latest reforms, if we look into it, they are very positive. I mean, if we take a step back and look now in Egypt, let's take, for example, the presidential initiatives. And when it comes to presidential initiatives, I mean, they are very strong in terms of tackling big problems here in the healthcare when it comes to Egypt. And it's also great to see that they are all presidential initiatives. They are all supported also by all the healthcare system. So I would say the collaboration between also the entities is very strong. And that's something also very motivational when it comes to, I would say, a US company like us, innovative based. I mean, operating in Egypt more than 60 years. All 100% of our employees are Egyptians. So that's something help us basically to be in Egypt, continue access to innovation. I mean, one example of that, is that Egypt today, Pfizer Egypt, we're bringing almost 7 new product launches to Egypt. And that's very good news and very strong news, I mean, for the Egyptian patients and for Egypt in general. This is not going to happen in isolation. This means that there are a lot of efforts happening from different government entities. And at the end of the day, to your point, in terms of change, the change is very positive because we are seeing in terms of the acceleration of product registration. We are seeing also Egypt being part, of bringing the African region into, I would say, a globalized interaction and globalized, view, and that's something also great for the region and for Egypt as well. So all the changes are very positive. And of course, last but not the least, we would like to thank the Egyptian government for supporting us and also allowing us to be part of that change. Because today, the change that we are seeing is important, and it's going to pave the way for the legacy in the next 20 years.